Hey, what's good people? Tech Jamo. So, Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. Let's go get it. Hold on. Let's see what we got going on in here. Okay. Now you guys can see what's really good. Let's see what else we get in the box. Get that out. Hey, warranty stuff. Get one little piece of USB-C cable. Quick start guide. I've not had a premium phone like this in a while, fam. Oh my god, that does look nice. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not going to lie. Wow. Now the device ain't really that much exciting apart from its looks. Like on the top, for example, you've got two little holes which are probably for the microphone. On the right hand side you've got a volume rocker and a power button. On the bottom you've got USB-C in the middle, got a young speaker on the right, and then you've got the SIM card tray on the left. And then on the left hand side of the device it's just plain with a couple of antenna lines. Don't forget the back, you've got that cool camera array which makes it look like it's got 5 cameras, but the silver is very fingerprinty. But anyway, let me get back to you guys when man has actually set this thing up. Alright guys, 4 hours later with the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. The unboxing was a bit lackluster. Obviously there was no charger, there's no memory card slot. Those things I knew from watching other YouTubers and we got over that. So I downloaded all my apps and that pretty much went smoothly. I think I lost about 10% battery while it was downloading every single app that I use from Play Store, and yeah, that was all cool. What got on my nerves though is the fact that I had to delete or block all the duplicate apps that Samsung had made. Like there was a duplicate browser app, duplicate photos gallery app, duplicate apps for buying and downloading apps. Like there was another Play Store equivalent as well. Why Samsung? Don't make things complicated, especially now that I'm coming from the Sony Xperia 5 Mark II, where it was pretty much a stock Google experience. Just the feel of the phone itself feels wide, and that happens to me with whichever phone I pick up. Now that I've come from the Sony Xperia 5 Mark II, which was a relatively thin and tall phone, even holding my babe's Huawei P30 Pro feels like a wide phone to me, and that's the same situation with this. But I like the feel, fam. It's girthy, you know, like it's got that weight to it. One of the first things I noticed about this phone was the screen quality, and I was shocked, but I wasn't too shocked because it kind of reminds me of the quality that you expect to see with Samsung, especially as I've been using the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 Plus quite recently kind of thing, and quite frequently as well. It's got that 2K resolution, and obviously it's got that 120 Hertz refresh rate, and yeah, nah, it looks nice when you're scrolling through Instagram and Twitter and all them things there. I also realized that you can dial down the resolution and the frame rate to save battery. So you can put the frame rate from 120 Hertz down to 60 Hertz, and you can put the resolution from 2K to 1080p or even 720p if you're looking to save all that juice. Talking of Galaxy Tab 7 that came with a stylus, this phone doesn't come with a stylus, but it is stylus compatible, and it worked with the stylus that I have for my Galaxy S7 Plus, which is cool. I thought I'd have to buy a specific update stylus for the Samsung Galaxy, but nah, this stylus right here, the box standard thing that you get for the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 Plus and the S7, it's all working and it's good to go. One thing that also annoyed me about the setup process was the fact that Samsung has their own version of Google Smart Lock. Now, for those of you that don't know, Google Smart Lock is that autocomplete service that remembers your passwords automatically, so you don't have to worry about that because none of us remember our passwords out here. Now, the Samsung one is trying to take over a man's life. Like, I'm trying to get signed into my apps and the Samsung is like, yo, you don't have any passwords set for this yet. And I'm like, yeah, I do. They're on Google Smart Lock. And the Samsung's like, yeah, well, we got Samsung Smart Lock. So anyway, long story short, you have to go into settings, go to autocomplete, and then you have to switch to the Google Smart Lock service and get rid of that Samsung service. Like if you've had a Samsung before, it might not be an issue, but all my Google phones before have used the Google Smart Lock service, and that's why man was just like, yo, where are my passwords? Now watch a little bit of Netflix, to YouTube, the speakers are banging. I don't know where the top speaker is, but they're stereo speakers and they're both very loud. It's not a situation with some phones where you get the top firing speaker, which is a little bit quiet, and then you get the full range speaker at the bottom. It's not that. They're both full range speakers at either side of the phone. I think they're both outward firing, but I'm not too sure. Now, I've done a little bit of a camera test. The pictures that I did around the house were quite decent. I mean, obviously it was just low light conditions, but everything seemed to be very sharp and very bright and colorful kind of thing. One thing I did notice though is that when it did a nighttime shot, because this certain area was too dark in my yard, the multi-sampling image kind of thing made the image look bare fake, which is a thing you get with a lot of HDR images anyway. As for video now, I noticed there is also a pro video mode where you can go in, change the ISO, change the shutter speed, focus, manual focus, do all them things there. And I also noticed they give you an option to add an external microphone. Now you don't get that in a lot of phones. I've never had that in a OnePlus phone, so that I'm very interested in. It even says Bluetooth external microphone, so maybe anything that's connected to the phone you can use for the audio in your video. So that's very interesting, and obviously I want to use more of that 8K, some more of that 4K 60, which is what I'm really interested in. And you also get 4K 60 on the front facing camera, which again is something I only got in the OnePlus Nord, so that is gonna be sick. But yeah, honestly guys, I'm gonna do a little deep dive into the camera situation a lot later, because there's so many apps and stuff to do on that camera app. It's gonna need its own video. But yeah, fam, I hate to say it, I think I'm kind of liking it, guys, but let's not talk too soon, innit? Let's do this first impressions, get past this, hold it for a little bit longer, and let's see how this thing really goes. Stay tuned though, I'm gonna be doing the best cases for this phone and the best chargers. I'm going to bed. Bless.